What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I just got back from my 3-day trip to Toronto and I finally have a chance to sit down and address the response from Niantic, what we heard, an update from our task force. Quick backstory, if you haven't heard, there was pretty much a huge thing with the community was not happy with the lack of communication Niantic have given the player base, relating all the issues, any concerns people have in the community, and just a lack of communication between the people who play and the people who run the game so that we can make sure that the game is going in the direction that is best for everyone. In response to this, Niantic pretty much said, hey, give us until September 1st. We're gonna create a letter and we're gonna give you guys what we're going to do to make sure that this doesn't happen in the future. What are the plans to better communication between us and Niantic? So let's talk about this letter right now. So I'm not gonna read through this whole letter because I'm sure you've seen, if you haven't seen the letter, I'll link it below, but I'm sure plenty of you have already read it and seen it from other YouTubers and other videos. But pretty much, let's go through some of the main points I want to discuss. As here, we've been listening to player feedback and also set up for 4 roundtable conversations where I spoke with over 30 community leaders from around the world. Thank you for all your participation. And the 2 main themes we heard were 80-meter interaction distance radius for Pokestops and Gym had been incredibly positive quality of life improvement over the past year and a half. Niantic has a lot of room to grow when it comes to communication with the players. So this letter is wrote by Steve Wang, which is the executive producer. It's great that all the task force, plenty of people who are in the Pokemon Go community, who are, big names in the Pokemon community, have sat down with him, and these are the points they've made. So I really love how Niantic knows now that they have room to grow when it comes to communication with our players, because this was really the main issue we all had is, when we say something and we say we don't like something, we say, hey, there's been so many GBL issues, all this, Niantic just kind of pushes us under the boat and just ignores us. So I'm glad this has finally been discussed. And then also, of course, the 80-meter interaction distance has been positive, quality of life improvement, and this is permanent in the game. So this is amazing to have the 80-meter interaction distance, which in the end is just great for everyone. It helps disabled players, it helps all players. It just makes Pokemon Go much more of a fun experience. Here they go on to say that, 80-meter interaction distance is going to be the permanent one, which we already knew about. And then here, seasonal global bonuses, it says that, they are not going to be any longer trying to give special countries bonuses to try to get out of the pandemic. So for example, if America is doing very well on cases and doesn't have a lot of coronavirus cases, then they're going to start giving more exploration bonuses. They're not going to do that. They're just going to make a global bonus because it's too hard for them to tell what country is doing the best. And this is very true because, America had a very high number of cases, but they were one of the places that was getting the 80-meter interaction distance removed to try to make the game return to normal. So now we're gonna have global bonuses. And finally, communication. This is the place I really want to talk about. So we should be communicating and engaging more with trainers. I hope that your patience and understanding we can do better. There are many ways we can improve, but to start, we're making the following commitments to you. Starting in October, we'll be publishing a developer diary every other month to share the latest priorities, events, and features in game. So a bi-monthly diary, pretty much talking about what their priorities are, events, features in game. We're gonna have to wait until October to see what this exactly looks. We're going to regularly set up conversations with the community leaders to continue the dialogue we began this month. If there's any concerns or things you want to talk about and you want to bring up to Niantic, you can talk to the community leaders. I'm not sure if they're gonna officially, announce all the community leaders. I don't know if it's like private stuff, but I know Zionic has come out as a community leader. So there are community leaders which we can talk to and say, hey, this is something to do. And I hope the community leaders step up to ask people what they think we should be telling Niantic and what, are the major problems in the game right now that we should be fixing. We'll continue to work on updating the known issues page, and in those efforts, we will prioritize bringing together greater visibility into the status of existing bugs for trainers. So they're just gonna continue with the known issues page. This is nothing new. And I hope that they speed up maybe fixing some of the known issues because some of those have been on there for a while. The bottom says, we love how passionate Pokemon Go players are about this game, yada, 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 yada. I hope we move forward. Our top priority is always and has been to get people outside in the real world and creating human connections with each other. Thank you for being part of the journey with us. You'll hear from us again soon. So I hope we do hear from them again soon. But pretty much, what are my thoughts on this? First of all, I really love the developer diary every second month. It sucks that it's every second month. I wish it was more, consistent because again, I want to have that consistent communication with them. But this is a good start. And then also the communication with the community leaders. I hope that, they keep listening to community leaders who are listening to the community so we can pass on what things should get fixed in the game and what should be, the main concern so we can have that direct line of communication. Other than that though, honestly, this blog post is pretty underwhelming. Everything we already knew. We already knew about the seasonal global bonuses and the Pokestop interaction distance. And, I think they had over a month to write up this letter. So, it's honestly pretty underwhelming for the amount of time that it took. Like they gave themselves a September 1st deadline, which, they gave themselves like a whole month to write this, which again, it does take time to, they reverted interaction distance and all that, but a little underwhelming in my opinion. In the end, it's a start, I really like the way that it's going, and it does give me hope for the future. However, people are gonna be like, are you, is everything back to normal? Is everything good? Are you gonna be spending money, all this? And for me, again, it all comes back to actions speak louder than words. You guys have heard me a billion times say that. But this is a start. This is great. They're taking action, but I wanna see consistent action. I can see that they are going ahead and starting to address more concerns. Like, for example, finally, trainers, we've resolved a bug preventing online Fred status from sorting successfully. So you know how the online sorting, sometimes they wouldn't actually show your online people when you're trying to invite them to a raid. Well, that's finally fixed, so that's great. And I really love how they're going ahead and taking action, but I wanna see consistent action before I start supporting the company financially again. I think Zionic said it best here, but he said, I'll still be free to play until I see consistent history of addressing and fixing outstanding issues in the game and providing quality of life changes. I think this is the best way to put it. You wanna see consistent action, and it has been a month and they've been starting to do this, but I'm gonna wait at least 2 to 3 months to see if they continue this communication, if we continue to get all the major issues fixed in the game, although I know none of them are gonna be fixed overnight. Like PvP bugs can't be fixed in one night. I just wanna see that they're working towards it, trying to make the game better, and this is not just a put out the fire kind of action. I just wanna see that they actually, care about the community and this communication. Honestly, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. Nothing too exciting about this September 1st super hyped up newsletter. I think the community came together perfectly. I think we all were very respectful in the way we voiced our concern. I really want to, first of all, thank everyone who came together to get this changes, to get this ball rolling on communication with Niantic. But again, comment below what you guys think about this. We're going to see you guys in the next video. Follow for more tips. Peace.